What's up, y'all? So, if y'all play Madden and you're anything like me, I play mostly franchise modes and just simulate stuff, but I like to know what goes behind what causes a win or a loss. Because obviously, the overalls matter, but what about traits? What about certain positions? How impactful are certain things? And today I'm trying to find out how important is it to have a really good kicker versus an absolutely atrocious kicker. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate the 2021 season over and over, and I'm going to simulate it with a really bad kicker and a really good kicker on the most average team that I can find. So what I'm going to do first is find the most average team by simulating the 2021 season 3 times over and figure out who falls in that 9 and 8, 8 and 9 range most often, pick that team, and then edit their kicker. So I have hypothesized that it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts because they kind of seem like the most average team in the league right now to me, at least as an eye test. But who knows? I mean, the most average team in terms of ratings, it could be the Jaguars, it could be the Seahawks. So you really don't know, but we're going to try to find that out first, and then we're going to edit their kicker and figure out how much a kicker matters in actually affecting whether you win or lose games. So let's get into it. All right, so here are the team standings, and let's go down to 16 and 17. Is the Jaguars, the Texans, the Cardinals, and the Packers. Interesting. Jaguars and Texans, huh? Okay, well, we're going to simulate another season and see who else occupies these positions. So currently we have Jaguars, Texans, Cardinals, Packers. All right, here's year 2. The Bears are actually number 1. That's interesting, but let's scroll down to here, and we have the... We have a lot of 9 and 8 teams. This is a very interesting year because we have, what is that, 10 9 and 8 teams. We can rule out the Browns. We know they're better than that. The Packers are here again. The Texans are here again. The Jaguars are here again. And there are the Colts at 7 and 10 again. So now we have narrowed it down to Jaguars, Packers, and Texans. Those are the only teams that stayed within this range. What was the other team? The Cardinals seem to have broken out of this range. Are they better or worse? They're better. Okay. I thought the Cardinals were an anomaly in there. So right now we have the Packers, Jaguars, and Texans as the most average teams so far. We'll come back with the third simulation. All right, here we are at the end of year 3. Chiefs and Buccaneers at the top as usual. The Packers have broken out pretty significantly, so we can rule them out. Let's see who's remaining in here. We have the 49ers, the Ravens, the Bears, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Broncos. The Colts have been 7 and 10 every single one of these 3 years, and we actually have no repeaters in here. So let's see who. The Texans are here at 10 and 7, so they're a top contender. Cardinals at 10 and 7. Let's see. The Packers are there. Let's see. Where did the Jaguars end up? Jaguars ended up at 6 and 11. So it looks like we're probably going to run with the Texans. It seems like the Texans are the most average, but this is the Deshaun Watson Texans, not the Deshaun Watson suspension Texans. So taking him out of the game might have had a little bit of effect in that, but I'm not that satisfied with this. We're going to simulate one more season and figure out who the real most average team is. All right, this is the end of year 4. Chiefs and Buccaneers as always. Packers have broken out again. I didn't think the Packers were one of the most average teams. Let's see. We have the Ravens again. Falcons, Panthers, Jaguars. Broncos, Cowboys. The Broncos have been here a couple times. Cowboys, Eagles, Raiders, Seahawks. Where are the Colts? Okay, the Colts, 1 and 16. Okay, we can rule out the Colts too. The Cardinals are 6 and 11. Where are the Texans? The Texans are 8 and 9 again. We have to choose the Texans. The Texans are the most average team in this game. It seems like they're 9 and 8 or 8 and 9 every single season. So it's either them or the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars might be a little bit more average, and let's choose the Jaguars. We're not rocking with Deshaun Watson until his cases are settled, so we're going to choose Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars because that's a little more interesting. And then we're going to change the Jaguars kicker, whoever he is, to 1 overall everything kicking wise, and then we're going to change him to 99 and see how much that impacts the most average team in the game, Jaguars. I think the Broncos are the next contender for the most average. So here we are with the Jaguars kicker, Josh Lambo. He actually, I didn't realize that Josh Lambo was a Jaguars kicker. He's actually really good, but we are going to edit him down to a 0 overall really quick. Or I think 12 is the lowest overall you can technically be in this game. So we will be back once his ratings are, once all of his kicking ratings are down to nothing, and see how much worse the Jaguars are. So there he is, 12 overall, Josh Lambo. And let's actually take away his development trait too. I don't want to have any weird interference in here. Let's see, is anything else? I don't think any of that's important. I'm not going to change his other statistics. But we're going to take away his development trait, put him down to normal development. And for the reverse, or the inverse portion, we're going to make him Superstar X Factor. Normal development, so he has no more. And let's make sure, are there any kicking traits? There looks like there are no kicking traits, so we are good in that. And we will now simulate the season. We will turn off injuries to make sure that he stays in the game and they don't do any weird substitution type stuff. We're turning off auto subs and injuries to make sure that he is actually our kicker for the entire season. And we will see you at the end of the season and do this 3 times. All right, we got to the end of the year and we were 6-11. Definitely worse than any of the 4 seasons we simulated without this bad kicker, but let's see. How much of it was the kicker? Huh. He only attempted 10 field goals. That's very interesting. So he was 98% on extra points. So your kick rating has no effect on your extra point percentage, but it looks like having a worse kicker will actually make your team kick less field goals because they will only kick it when they're in field goal range. And his field goal range seems to be 41 at the max. And even from wherever he was kicking, he was only 50%. So he was very bad. I'll just show y'all because I don't think anyone actually checks kicking stats normally. We're going to compare him to the rest of the league. And so the average kicker kicks about, what is this? Looks like around 18, 17 kicks. There actually are some that kicked pretty low. But the average kicker kicks, it looks like around 17 or so kicks. Josh Lambo kicked 10. So he definitely kicked a lot lower than the average player. And the highest was 27. The lowest was 3. I have a hard time believing that was the Patriots starting kicker. Hold on a second. Yeah, the Patriots for some reason had 2 kickers. So it looks like every team kicks around 18 to 27 field goals a year. And our entire team kicked 10. So that definitely affects it in that sense. And it looks like our team was worse because we could not score really unless we're in field goal range. But extra points are not affected at all. We're about to sim another season and find out if this is a recurring event or an anomaly. Okay, maybe the Jaguars really are the most consistent team in the league. Smacked out at 6-11 again. We're about to check the stats on Josh Lambo. Trevor Lawrence had the same amount of touchdowns actually, which is kind of wild. Josh Lambo was 5 of 14 this season, so he kicked 14 field goals, 35%, and still 45 of 49 from extra points, so it doesn't look like it really matters on extra points at all. We are going to check the rest of the league. It looks like he kicked a normal amount of field goals this time. So let's look at the rest of the league's kicking stats. So he was by far the worst at 35%. The next closest was 57. Wow. And he's an 81 overall. How did he only kick 57%? But you look, he's still 12 overall. He has 2 skill points to give, but we aren't upgrading him. 0 kick power, 0 kick accuracy, 0 awareness, and he does not have a development trait. So he is by far the worst kicker pretty much of all time. So we're going to simulate another season and see how consistent this is. 6-11 again. Literally like clockwork. This is actually way more consistent than I expected it to be. We have Josh Lambo. Trevor Lawrence has thrown 33 touchdowns every single season as well. We have Josh Lambo. He is now 3 of 9 this season. He actually has a worse field goal percentage than either of the 2 years, but 54 of 55 from extra points. So again, extra points are not affected. We're looking at him. He is still the 12 overall Josh Lambo with no development trait and 1s in kick power, kick accuracy, and awareness. So looking at the rest of the league, looks like he was the lowest by about 30% this year. And it looks like the average kicks per team were still right around that 17-18 number. He is still kicking way less and at a way lower percentage, but his extra point percentage is still among the best in the league. So, well, I guess not among the best. There are a lot of 100%, but his extra point percentage is, he's missed one. He's 98%, so he might as well be among the best in the league. Clearly, it does affect the team. They were consistently 2 to 3 wins lower with a 1 overall kicker compared to an 83. So now let's see what an 83 compared to a 99 Superstar X Factor kicker does. So here we are again with the 2021 Jaguars, and we are going to edit 83 overall Josh Lambo. We are going to give him 99 in every kicking attribute that there is. So let's see. He's now a 99 kicker, and we are going to give him Superstar X Factor as well. And I don't even know what the Superstar X Factor kicking abilities are. I don't think there has been a Superstar X Factor kicker in Madden, but we are going to give it to him and see what traits we can even give him. Focus kicker. It's either focus kicker or clutch kicker. Kickers with experience slower kicking meter. Okay, so let's give him clutch kicker because it looks like focus kicker only matters for when you're actually playing. So maybe clutch kicker will affect him during simulation, and let's see what happens at the end of the season with a 99 overall Superstar X Factor kicker. All right, we already see significant improvement. We are 10-7 this season. And let's look at the kicking statistics. Trevor Lawrence actually threw more touchdowns this year too. Interesting. Kicking, he is 18 of 21 this season and 55 of 55 for extra points. Let's compare that to the rest of the league. He was the... where is he? He is actually not even... really, I think he's what is that, top 10 kickers? I'm surprised. I thought he would be a lot higher ranked than that. In terms of kicks, he did not kick the most kicks either, and his extra points were pretty much the same. He was actually 100% this year. I don't think he was 100% any of the years where he was a 12 overall, so definitely an improvement. The team was better, but it doesn't look like a 99 overall kicker does that much better than Rodrigo Blankenship, who's I think a 76 overall kicker. Okay, so we're going to simulate 2 more seasons. Maybe this one was just a fluke. Okay, this is a little surprising. We were actually 6-11 this season. With our 99 overall kicker, we were 6-11. So it seems like it actually had the same effect as having the bad kicker. Trevor Lawrence had the worst season of his career, or if our resimulations of the first year of his career. Wow, he only kicked 13 field goals and he still missed 2 of them. This is, by the way, this is oh, well, because of morale, he's down 1 overall. But this is our 99 rated Superstar X Factor kicker. He's losing 1 attribute and everything because of morale, but he has the clutch kicker trait, and he only kicked 14 total field goals. It looks like, or 13 total. That's really, really low. We will simulate. We might simulate 5 seasons with him at this, because the 12 overall kicker was very consistent, but these are 2 pretty different numbers that we're seeing in terms of overall wins. So we're going to simulate probably 3 more seasons and see what everything's talking about, because this is a little different than I expected. All right, so we're 10-7 this time. So again, better than any of the previous simulations. Well, other than the first one where we had the 99 overall, Josh Lambo. We're going to check his stats. Trevor Lawrence had lower passing touchdowns than the other seasons, but not than last season. So we're looking at kicking. There we go. So Josh Lambo was 18 of 23. Wow. Really not that good. This is still 99 overall. Just want to show you guys. Still 99 overall, Josh Lambo. Really not as good as you would expect a kicker of this rating to be. Let's look at the NFL. Like, there are plenty of kickers getting, like Mason Crosby was 100%, Austin Siebert was 100%, and this guy's 69 overall. So there are plenty of kickers that are doing very well, and our guy is all the way down here with Justin Tucker. Okay, this game is tripping if Justin Tucker's hitting 78% of his field goals. But, okay, the Jaguars were definitely better. The kicker did not play very well, even though he's 99 overall. He's the best kicker in the league by far, but he really didn't play that well. We're going to simulate another season and figure out what's going on. And we were 8-9. Back to where we were before we even edited anything about Josh Lambo. So we are going to check stats. Oh, Trevor Lawrence had by far his worst season. 23 touchdowns is really low. Let's see, kicking. Josh Lambo had probably his best season, but still not a very good season. He missed 2 extra points, only 82% field goals. Let's see who was the best kicker. It is Greg Zuerlein, then Justin Tucker, finally getting the respect he deserves. Graham Gano, Chris Boswell, Robbie Gould, and Daniel Carlson kicked the most. So it looks like really how good your kicker doesn't matter that much. Like Chris Boswell, he's pretty good actually. Justin Tucker, Greg Zuerlein. I'm pretty sure Graham Gano is actually pretty good too, isn't he? Yeah, he's an 83. Brandon McManus. I guess there are a lot of pretty good kickers in the league, but like, I mean, overall, it seems like the difference between an 80 overall kicker and a 99 overall kicker is almost nothing. Like, we gave Josh Lambo everything. We gave him Superstar X Factor. We gave him Focus Kicker. We gave him 99 in all of the important kicking traits, and he never kicked over 85%. So I think the conclusion is that a really bad kicker will lose you around 2 or 3 games, and a really good kicker will win you on average maybe 1 extra game compared to like a 75 or 80 overall kicker. So overall, they matter for like 1-ish game a year, 1 to 2 games a year, but the difference between a 65 overall kicker and an 80 overall kicker seems to be about 1 win difference in the win column. So yeah, if you like the video, subscribe, and I will be uploading more experimental Madden sim content along with rebuilds too. If you like rebuilds, you can follow for more. I have 1 rebuild already posted. I'm planning to post 1 either tomorrow or sometime later next week, and then another experimental video probably tomorrow. So stay tuned.